All right, Marielle is here, and there are some days where when we have kind of a longish walk from the car into the building, where I just kind of felt like alive, okay? Like it was enough breeze, the sun was shining, and I was like, oh.
Today was one of those days.
Today was one of those days.
I'm so glad. Because Sunday was one of those days too, where it was just so nice.
Yeah.
It was chilly in the morning. It wasn't so bad in the afternoon. Tomorrow morning, it's going to be nice and chilly. Temperatures dipping into the mid-50s for us.
A sweater.
Yeah, a sweater, maybe a light jacket, maybe some layering for the first few hours of the day. Trust me, you won't need it for all day as temperatures climb into the 80s, but looks like I lost my camera there. All right, our pollen count looks like this. Ragweed, juniper are at a high count. I know you're going to be out and about enjoying today, but this is something that you have to be mindful of, especially if you are sensitive to ragweed or juniper. Juniper sometimes does give the same reaction as mountain cedar pollen, even though it's not the season yet for it. Elm at a moderate, fungus at a low count. Our fire danger today, like we mentioned at the top of the hour, it's at a high or elevated. And what that means is that today is one of those days where grass fires tend to start easily. And if they do start, will spread quickly. It's because of the winds that are out of the northeast, gusting over 20 miles per hour. That tends to bring down the humidity, generally lower than 30%, and just the dry vegetation that's in place from the lack of rainfall that we've had. The last hour or so, we've had wind gusts that are close to 30 miles per hour, especially east of DFW. Our cold front has cleared the area. It's well to the southeast now. Behind the front is where we saw our temperatures drop into the mid to low 60s this morning. A few locations even in the 50s, mainly to the northwest of the Metroplex. But for right now, it's 75 degrees in McKinney, 73 in Denton, and into the upper 60s for the northwestern counties, about 74 degrees right now in Dallas. Today we make it to 80 degrees for Dallas, Fort Worth, and in McKinney, about 78 in Denton, as well as in Decatur. We're running about 3 degrees warmer than what's considered normal for this time of the year. And every day through the rest of the week, we'll see that temperature climb. In fact, by Friday, when we make it to 84 degrees, we'll be close to 10 degrees warmer than what's considered normal for this time of the year. Here's that front that we're tracking. That's what's going to help bring us our next best opportunity for rain. And it does mainly hold off until Friday night. I do think we'll see a few scattered showers in the area Thursday and Friday, but widespread rain expected Friday night into Saturday. At this point, the threat for severe weather does look low, but let me talk you through that. This is Thursday around 3 in the afternoon. You see mostly dry conditions. We'll see a little bit of rain late Thursday into Friday, mainly along our western counties. That's as the front approaches. And with that front, we'll see the potential for rain kind of going up late Friday into Saturday. So I'm going to take you to Friday night around 7 p.m. because that's when a lot of the Friday night football games are going on. Right now, it does look like a few locations do have to watch for the potential of rain. So again, keep checking back in for that. We'll have to be watching for Friday night lights. This is very late Friday going into Saturday morning. That front makes it into the Metroplex, and at this point, we could see heavy rain at times, so we'll have to watch for that. And at that point, we could also see some gusty winds with some of the thunderstorms that do take shape. Now, those storms, like I said, very low end threat for severe weather. Right now, we're not under any kind of highlighted risk area for the potential of that. And after that rain moves out, temperatures will generally be in the upper 70s. So again, the next several days will be trending warmer than normal for the afternoons. The mornings will still be chilly, especially tomorrow morning, a low of 54 degrees. It'll be a nice, cool and crisp morning. Temperatures will eventually go to the upper 70s on Saturday, near 80 degrees on Sunday. And then next week, we got a couple of days of 60s leading up to Halloween. And as of now, Halloween looking really nice. A high near 72 degrees. By the time trick-or-treating happens, temperatures will be in the 60s.
All right, Marielle, thank you so much.